Jalen Green was selected with the second overall pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, behind only Cade Cunningham. The Rookie of the Year race came down to three other top 5 picks, Cade, Evan Mobley, and Scotty Barnes, who ended up winning. Due to this, people started to hate on Green for not being in the discussion. He's been called an inefficient shot chucker, a dumb player, and a lot of other negative things. A lot of people seem to doubt he'll ever become a true star due to some efficiency issues. This is despite him putting up 17 points per game as a rookie and 22 points per game this year, and he's really taking off as of late. Over his last 10 games, Green is averaging over 25 points per game on solid 43, 35, 83 splits. He's breaking out, but since the Rockets are one of the league's worst teams, his performances have been going under the radar. People are quick to throw hate his way when he struggles, but they're not praising him when he's balling out. He's only 21 years old. He's going through the same growing pains that we've seen a lot of young stars have. It's very uncommon that players just come into the league and are super efficient scorers. A lot of high-volume scorers have the same issues. Trae Young has struggled with plenty of efficiency issues over his young career, and Anthony Edwards saw similar struggles early on but has improved each year. I think we could see Jalen Green follow a similar path to Edwards. Green has become the NBA's most disrespected young star. To truly understand how underrated and overhated Jalen is, let's look at his young career so far, as well as a lot of the negative coverage he gets. Before we get into the Jalen Green disrespect, if you enjoy my content and watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you watched me before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. Jalen Green was selected with the second overall pick in the 2021 NBA Draft by the Houston Rockets. His most common comparison was Zach LaVine, with there being some Bradley Beal comparisons as well. He was a natural scorer and a phenomenal athlete, which is why he drew such heavy comparisons to LaVine. To be honest, I don't think Green has underperformed those expectations in any way. Both LaVine and Beal had their first 20-point per game scoring seasons in their 5th seasons, and Green has already done it in year 2. Sure, the team is bad and he gets plenty of shots, but neither of those players were playing for contenders early on, and honestly still kinda haven't. That brings us to a different question about high-volume scores contributing to winning, but that's a completely different conversation. Green has looked a lot like his pre-draft comps early on, but despite that, still has experienced a ton of negative coverage and media attention. Now let's look at his career so far. In his rookie season, Green averaged 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. The efficiency issues that many were concerned about definitely showed, as he shot 43% from the field and 34% from 3, both below average. He wasn't exactly a good defender, which people flamed him for, and he wasn't super efficient. However, those stats don't tell the full story. After the All-Star break in his rookie year, Green put up 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, looking like a completely different player. The efficiency issues were much less of a concern as well, with him shooting a really good 48% from the field and 39% from 3. It was very reminiscent of what we've seen from other young scoring talents over the past few seasons. Anthony Edwards' scoring jumped from 15 to 24 points per game after All-Star, almost winning Rookie of the Year in the process. Donovan Mitchell saw his jump from 19 to 23 points per game, also coming up second in Rookie of the Year voting. And finally, in a similar fashion, we saw Trae Young jump from 17 to 25 points per game. It's super common from young stars that specialize in scoring to see post-All-Star jumps in their rookie years, and most of them seemingly are praised for it. However, Green was seemingly not given the same treatment, with many still looking at how he performed before the break rather than after. Unlike the other 3 stars, he did not finish second in Rookie of the Year voting, instead finishing outside the top 3. I'm not saying he should have won the award or anything, but it felt like he wasn't given the respect he deserved. Now let's look at his second season so far. He's improved in practically every area, putting up 22 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal per game. Despite the improvement in most statistical categories, he still gets negative coverage because the efficiency has remained around the same, at about 41% from the field and 34% from 3. However, that once again doesn't tell the full story, as Green has picked it up as of late. In what has likely been the best stretch of his young career so far, he has averaged 25 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game over his last 10. That includes a 40-point game and 2 other 30-point games. He's also shot at least 50% in each of those 3 games. He's been able to have multiple efficient big scoring outbursts. Now let's address some of the negative views of his efficiency in scoring, which is completely unwarranted. Let's take a look at 4 second-year players that fit a similar mold to Green, looking through their first 65 games that season. Devin Booker, who practically everyone agrees is a superstar, put up 21 points per game on 53.6% true shooting. Anthony Edwards, who is viewed as one of the league's fastest rising stars, put up 21 points per game on 55.1% true shooting. Bradley Beal, who Green was compared to in the pre-draft process, put up 17 points per game on 49.6. And finally, Green, who gets a lot of hate, is putting up 22 points on 53.4% true shooting. He's not inefficient compared to high-scoring stars when in their second years, and is right at or above them. He's not off pace at all, and rather than a negative player, I think we're looking at a star being born. The fact that the Rockets are losing and he gets a lot of shots doesn't matter. Booker didn't make the playoffs for a long time. Jalen Green has often been called a shot chucker, or a social media player, or a dumb player, or even a disappointment. However, these adages simply aren't true. He's putting up 22 points per game on over 53% true shooting, which is right on pace or above where other stars like Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Bradley Beal, or Zach LaVine were in their second seasons. He does struggle with efficiency at times, but also has had some really great games and stretches that project it'll get better. He's already an elite scorer, and as time goes on, he'll round out the rest of his game as well. He's not a disappointment, and he is the league's most disrespected young star. He'll be fine. People just need to have patience. Stop hating on a man that's playing just as you should expect, if not better. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.